Here we are on day 10. I'm so excited that you have just taken this challenge, and I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I have. So on day 10, I wanted to offer you my personal favorite type of practice, and I'll explain to you why it's my favorite. I want to start with the scripture. It's Hebrews 12, verse 1 and 2. It says, "So since we are surrounded by all of those who have gone before us, an enormous cloud of witness, let us drop every weight, every sin that clings to us, and slacken our pace, and let us run with endurance the long race that's set before us. Now stay focused on Jesus, who designed and perfected our faith. He endured the cross and ignored the shame of that death because he is focused on the joy that's set before him." So here's the deal. Life is hard. It gets messy, it gets intense, and I am learning through my own personal practice, especially practicing a power flow like I'm going to teach you, how to stay focused. So it says that he stayed focused on the joy that was set before him, and that's how he had that endurance. And so we're going to practice that today with a little power flow. And then we're going to practice even inviting joy in the discomfort. So when you're ready, we're going to start in downward facing dog. If you have not warmed up today, go ahead and press pause, take a couple sun salutations, and we'll meet in down dog. Starting from your downward facing dog, go ahead and press into your plank, lifting the chest towards your mat. Chin is up, parallel with your mat, and hold here for 3 breaths. Really make sure those shoulders are over the wrists, fingertips are spread wide, those thighs are squeezing together and rotating in towards each other. Really gonna build some heat here today. And again, always take what you need and leave the rest for later. So when you're ready, go ahead and lower down into your push-up and then press straight back up. Flip the feet, up dog, open the shoulders, open the chest, downward facing dog. So our transitions are gonna be a little quicker today, but take it at your own pace. I really want you to get to a place where you're building heat, where you're sweating a little bit, and you're really having to focus on the joy that's set before you. So maybe set that intention right now. When you're ready, go ahead and step those feet up to me. Your hands lift halfway as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Good, sink those hips down to be parallel with your knees. Sweep the hands overhead. We're gonna go through one full sun salutation B, option to go through it a couple of times on your own to really build up a heat. Take one more breath, sinking those hips down a little lower, and then fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good, so plant those hands underneath your shoulders. Option here, you can step back in your plank, or I'm gonna show you how to float. You can float those feet back and you're gonna land halfway down in your push-up. Good. Flip the feet and rise for up dog. Downward facing dog. Good. Lift that right leg into the sky. Right toes are pointed towards your mat to really square that hip. Bring that right knee into your chest. Hold. Beautiful. Drop that foot through. Plant the back foot for warrior one and rise. Good, really reaching those fingertips towards the sky. Draw that right hip back. One more breath here. And then fold. Frame that right foot. Leave that right leg floating as you take your push-up. Good, coming into your up dog and your down dog. Nice job. Left leg floats into the sky. Bring it into your chest for a full breath cycle. And then drop it through. Plant the back foot, rise, warrior one. Good, inhale and then exhale those hands around that left foot. Step back into your plank, leave that left leg floating for more work today. Take your push up. Beautiful work. Nice job, we're gonna build our sequence here. One posture at a time, so you get to hold these postures, and then we're gonna flow through them. So go ahead and lift that right leg into the sky. Bring it through to meet your hands. Leave that back foot, or that back heel lifted as you rise for crescent lunge. Sink that hip down a little bit lower. Make sure the right knee is not too far over the ankle and it's stacked on top. And then take those hands to open the heart. We're gonna come into cactus posture here. Looking up slightly. Good, take one more breath here. Beautiful job. Go ahead and plant those hands together behind your back. And then if it's available, you can clasp those hands together and reach them towards your mat. Breathing. Good, so from here, we're gonna move all the way into humble warrior, taking that right shoulder to the inside of that right knee. You can plant the back foot here for a little more stability. So what I don't want you to do is lay on your right leg. It's not a resting prop, it's just to brush as you come down. Breathing. Nice job. Come back into your crescent lunge just for a breath. And when you're ready, take those hands to heart. We're gonna move in to warrior three. Lifting that back left leg, wobble a little bit here, that's totally fine. That right leg is on fire by now. That's exactly what it should be doing. So find something to focus on. Focus on the joy that is set before you as you're finding this discomfort, this wobble. Maybe you're keeping that ego in check right now. Keep those left toes pointed towards your mat. One more breath. Beautiful job. Come back into your crescent lunge. And then point those toes to become long on your mat. So your toes are pointed towards the long parts, the long corners of your mat. And then sink those hips down for goddess pose. Taking a big breath here. Go a little bit lower. What are you focusing on right now? What is the joy that you've set before you? Ending your practice, this 10-day challenge strong. One more breath. Good, forward fold, release. Nice job, you guys. Walk those hands back around that right foot. Take a vinyasa if you wish. Maybe you float that back leg. Good work. Moving on to the left side this time. Left leg lifts high. Bring it in for crescent lunge. So we're keeping that back heel high. That right knee is engaged. The left knee is stacked over the left ankle. I hope you're wobbling a little bit and I hope you're sweating a little bit. That means we're doing it right. One more full breath here. Good. Again, option with those cactus arms. Maybe looking up a little here. And then reach those hands behind your back. Clasp them together if it's available. And reach the fist towards your mat. If it's available, go ahead and find that full humble warrior pose. So planting that back foot is totally great here. That way you keep a little balance in this posture. Let that left shoulder come to the inside of that left knee. Everything is still engaged. So you're pressing through the outer edge of that right foot. You're pressing through the arch of the left. And you're breathing. One more breath. Good. Come back to your crescent lunge. Good work. Hands to your heart. Find your warrior three. So start to lift that back right foot. So you can stay right here where those back toes are just slightly off your mat. I want you to aim for square hips and a flat back. So you can keep that left knee bent a little bit here. Focus. Maybe even add a smile here. One more breath. Good. Plant that back foot down, coming into your crescent just for a breath. And then coming into your goddess pose. So sinking those hips down nice and low. Good. Option here to lift the right heel and then the left. Engage your core. Lift the right and then the left. One more breath. And then straighten those knees and fold. Good, so find your breath. We're gonna go back through that sequence. One more time. Maybe trying to link one breath to one movement, and then I'll invite you to pause and go through it a few more times if you wish. So when you're ready, just come back to the front of your mat and then go ahead and float that left leg back. Maybe you leave it lifted as you take your push up and your up dog. Downward facing dog. So here we go. Right leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale. Step it through. Inhale, rise. Crescent lunge. Maybe you open up into your cactus. Exhale. Take the hands and clasp them behind your back. Option to come through into that humble warrior, planting the back foot. Big breath in. Exhale. Get a little lower towards your mat. Beautiful job. Coming back into crescent. When you're ready, find your warrior three. Making peace with the wobble. That's where the change is happening. That's where the work is happening. One more breath. Good. Coming back to crescent lunge. When you're ready, find that wide stance. Sink those hips down, knees are over the ankle, toes are pointed out, goddess. Option, bring those hands up high. Option to lift those heels, alternating one breath at a time. When you're ready, fold and exhale. Beautiful work. Walk those hands back to the front of your mat. Float that right foot back. Maybe you take a vinyasa. Maybe you just go straight to downward facing dog. Only you know what you need today. When you're ready, coming from down dog, lift that left leg into the sky. And then bring it in to meet your hands. Crescent lunge, open up into cactus. Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and clasp those hands behind your back. Stay here or reach the heart forward for that humble warrior. Coming back to crescent just for a breath. And then through to your warrior three. Taking another full breath here. And then set that back foot down through crescent and then open up into your goddess pose. Your version, your variation. One more breath, sink a little lower. Exhale, fold, release. And then walk those hands to frame that left foot. Beautiful job. Take a vinyasa or not. And then go ahead and spread those knees wide and find yourself in a wide, like child's pose. So friends, if it feels like it will serve you to take a few more rounds of that fun power sequence, please do that. And if not, just enjoy your breath in the child's pose for however long you wish.
So you've rolled up your mat and you've taken care of your body, but are you taking care of your mind and your heart? In a season where I found myself completely overwhelmed and anxious with day-to-day life, I recognized that something was missing. And that something was daily routine and self-care and love. So over the next few months, I began to build new habits, a new routine, and some consistency that really brought life back into my heart, into my mind, and into my body. And I want to share that with you. Head on over to dailysoulcare.com and grab your free copy today.